Hi my dear students, welcome to PAT classes. మన లాస్ట్ 2 లైవ్ క్లాసెస్లో అటామిక్ స్ట్రక్చర్ టాపిక్స్ మనం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసుకున్నాం. సో హైడ్రోజన్ స్పెక్ట్రమ్ వరకు మనం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసుకున్నాం మ్యాక్సిమం. సో ఈ హైడ్రోజన్ స్పెక్ట్రమ్ తర్వాత ఫోటో ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఎఫెక్ట్ కూడా కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయింది. నెక్స్ట్ వి గో ఫర్ డ్యూయల్ నేచర్ ఆఫ్ లైట్. సో ఈ డ్యూయల్ నేచర్ ఆఫ్ లైట్ తీసుకుంటే ఫోటో ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఎఫెక్ట్, బ్లాక్ బాడీ రేడియేషన్, సపోజ్ ద పార్టికల్ ఆఫ్ లైట్. సో ఇక్కడ డ్యూయల్ నేచర్కి వచ్చేసరికి ఏమవుతుంది, సో దే హ్యావ్ ఎ పార్టికల్ నేచర్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ వేవ్ నేచర్. సో పార్టికల్ నేచర్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంటుంది, హియర్ ద వెలాసిటీ బేస్ చేసుకుంటే ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ అనేది లోవర్ ఎనర్జీ నుండి హైయర్ ఎనర్జీలోకి వెళ్తుంది కాబట్టి దే హ్యావ్ సమ్ ఎనర్జీ డిఫరెన్స్. అదే వేవ్ నేచర్ తీసుకుంటే వీ గో ఫర్ ద క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఆఫ్ లాంబ్డా. Lambda is nothing but h by mu, that is equal to h by p, h by root over 2 into me. సో మీ దీనికి ఈ ఫార్ములాకి సంబంధించి మీకు ఎగ్జామ్లో క్వశ్చన్ అనేది అడగడం అనేది జరుగుతుంది కాబట్టి ఈ ఫార్ములా అనేది బాగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. సో మీకు ఈ అటామిక్ స్ట్రక్చర్లోకి వచ్చేసరికి ఎనర్జీ ఫార్ములా అండ్ వెలాసిటీ ఫార్ములా అండ్ రేడియేషన్ ఫార్ములా యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ de Broglie ఈక్వేషన్ ఏంటి, లాంబ్డా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు h by mu mv that is equal to h by p or h by root over 2me. సో ఈ ఫార్ములాస్ అన్న మీకు ఇంపార్టెంట్. నెక్స్ట్ ఫోటో ఎలక్ట్రికల్ ఎఫెక్ట్లో సో హౌ మెనీ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ ఎగ్జిస్టెడ్, సో ఎన్ని ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అన్నవి ఇక్కడ ఎగ్జిట్ అవుతాయి దాన్ని బేస్ చేసుకొని మీకు ఇక్కడ ఫార్ములా చెప్పుకున్నాం లాస్ట్ క్లాస్లో. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫార్ములా హియర్, the total energy of electrons is equal to kinetic energy plus work. సో ఎగ్జామ్లో క్వశ్చన్ ఏం అడుగుతాడంటే కైనెటిక్ ఎనర్జీని, క్వశ్చన్లో కైనెటిక్ ఎనర్జీ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయమంటే ఏం చేస్తారు, కైనెటిక్ ఎనర్జీ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square, that is equal to h nu minus h nu naught. H nu is what? So how much intensity radiations are focused in the metal sheet? How much intensity radiation is focused on the metal sheet? It is called as h nu. So the intensity increases, the number of electrons are existed. సో ఎప్పుడైతే ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ బయటకు ఎగ్జిట్ అవుతాయో, సో ఎగ్జిట్ అయిన ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఏమవుతాయి, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ టోటల్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్. సో హౌ మచ్ వర్క్ ఈస్ డన్ బై ద ఫోకస్ ఆఫ్ లైట్. సో లైట్ ఇక్కడ ఫోకస్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు ఇక్కడ వర్క్ అన్నది ఎలా వస్తుంది, బీమ్ ఆఫ్ లైట్ వల్ల వస్తుంది, అంతే కదా. మన సన్లైట్ బాగా వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, మనకి స్వెట్టింగ్ అనేది ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది, అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ద వర్క్ డన్ బై ద బీమ్ through the metal sheet. So photoelectric effect ante enti, electropositive metal. Here it is a electropositive metal sheets. What are the metals here? The first group elements. What are the elements here? Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium తీసుకుంటే potassium and rubidium and cesium, these three metals are used as ఫోటో ఎలక్ట్రికల్ షీట్స్ అన్నవి ఈ మెటల్స్ అన్నది ప్రిపరేషన్ అన్నది చేస్తారనమాట. సో ఎప్పుడైతే హైలీ ఎలక్ట్రోపాజిటివ్ మెటల్స్ ఉన్నాయో ఈజీగా ఒక లైట్ ఫోకస్ చేయడం వల్ల ఇంటెన్సిటీ రేడియేషన్స్ ఎంత ఎక్కువగా ఉంటే ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అన్నవన్నీ అంత ఎగ్జిట్ అవుతాయి. సో హియర్ దిస్ హెచ్ న్యూ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ. సో హౌ మచ్ ఇంటెన్సిటీ రేడియేషన్ ఈజ్ టేక్స్ అన్ పర్టికులర్ ఫోటో. సో హియర్ ద న్యూ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఆఫ్ ఇన్సిడెంట్ రేడియేషన్ న్యూ నాట్. అంటే ఏంటి, ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అన్నీ కూడా ఎగ్జిట్ అవుతాయా అంటే ఆ మెటల్ షీట్లో చాలా ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఉంటాయి. బై బికాస్ ఆల్ ఆర్ ద షీట్ ఈజ్ మేడ్ బై మెటల్స్, ఆల్ ఆర్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ ఎగ్జిస్టెడ్. సో ఈ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అనేవి బయటకు ఎన్ని వెళ్తున్నాయి అంటే విచ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ గెట్ థ్రెషోల్డ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ, దీస్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ ఎగ్జిటెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద మెటల్ షీట్. సో హియర్ వి అబ్జర్వ్ ద h nu naught is called as threshold frequency. W is the work function. ఓకే, సో ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయ్యాయి అంటే ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఏమయ్యాయి, వెన్ మెటల్ షీట్ మీద మనం ఇక్కడ లైట్ ఫోకస్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అన్నవి బయటకు వచ్చాయి కాబట్టి దాన్ని ఏమన్నా ఫోటో photon అంటే is nothing but one beam of light. It is called as photon. Electrons exist అవుతున్నాయి కాబట్టి photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect. సో ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఎప్పుడైతే పాస్ అయ్యాయో మనకి ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుందా లేదా? సో దిట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as photoelectric effect. ఆ వర్డ్లోనే దాని యొక్క డెఫినేషన్ ఉంది. వెన్ ఎ బీమ్ ఆఫ్ లైట్ ఈస్ ఫోకస్డ్ ఇన్ ఏ మెటల్ షీట్, a beam of light focused in a metal sheet, electrons are existed. So electrons exit అవుతున్నాయంటే అర్థం ఏంటమ్మా? That metal has highly electropositive metal sheet. సో ఈ highly electrometal positive sheet ఏమో ఉన్నాయి? పొటాషియం, రుబీడియం, సీజియం అన్న మెటల్స్తో ప్రిపేర్ చేస్తారు. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ అటామిక్ స్పెక్ట్రమ్. సో మనం ఒక ఫోటో తీసుకుంటే మన పిక్చర్ ఎంత క్లారిటీ ఉండి మనకి పిక్చర్ ఇమేజ్ వస్తుందో, ఈ హైడ్రోజన్ స్పెక్ట్రమ్లో ఉన్న ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీస్ అన్నవి ఆ స్పెక్ట్రమ్ పైన అంటే ఆ తెర పైన రావడం వల్ల మీకు ఇక్కడ ఏమొచ్చాయి? ద డిస్పర్స్డ్ ఆఫ్ లైట్ అండ్ ప్యాటర్న్ ఆఫ్ బ్యాండ్స్. ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as passing through a substance. So that is called as atomic spectra. సో అటామిక్ స్పెక్ట్రా ఎంత క్లియర్గా ఉంటే అంటే మీ బీమ్ ఆఫ్ లైట్ ఎంత క్లియర్గా ఉంటే, అంతే కదా, మీరు సెల్ఫీ తీసుకుంటారు. సో పిక్చర్ క్లారిటీ ఎంత ఎక్కువగా ఉంటే, కెమెరా క్లారిటీ ఎంత ఎక్కువగా ఉంటే మీ పిక్ ఎంత నీట్గా వస్తుందో, ఇక్కడ డిస్పర్షన్ ఆఫ్ లైట్ ఎంత ఇంటెన్సిటీగా వెళ్తే మీకు ఆ స్పెక్ట్రమ్ అనేది అంత క్లియర్గా ఉంటుంది. ఆ స్పెక్ట్రమ్లో ఏ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయో కూడా మనం ఐడెంటిఫై చేయొచ్చు. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ లైన్ స్పెక్ట్రమ్ ఆఫ్ హైడ్రోజన్. లైన్ స్పెక్ట్రమ్ ఆఫ్ హైడ్రోజన్. సో ఇక్కడ తీసుకునేటప్పుడు నార్మల్గా మీ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్స్లో తీసుకుంటే 5 ఉంటాయి. ఇక్కడ ఇంకో 6 కూడా ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేశారు, హంఫ్రీ. ద ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ అట్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ రేడియేషన్. ఎట్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ రేడియేషన్. ఓకే, అట్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ రేడియేషన్ నుండి n ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 లైన్కి వచ్చామనుకోండి. అట్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ రేడియేషన్ n ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 లైన్కి వస్తే ఏమంటున్నాం మై డియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్? ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ లైమన్ సిరీస్. ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ లైమన్ సిరీస్. దిస్ లైమన్ సిరీస్ ఇన్ ద ultraviolet region. The Lyman series in the ultraviolet region. The next one is Balmer series. ఈ బామర్ సిరీస్ ఏమవుతుంది మై డియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్? సో we can speak in English amma, we does not speak in Hindi. Okay, so here we observe the work function is nothing but how much light intensity is focused on a metal sheet. That type of intensity is increasing the number of electrons exist by the metal sheet. Are you understand? So that is called as work function. Okay, again here the overline. Niku question we explain with a question, we can easily understand. So here, are you able to see? Just read. A photon of wavelength. So here a metal sheet, we can take the metal surface, stick a metal surface, the wavelength of this photon, the wavelength lambda is the wavelength of the photon. How much wavelength here? 3000 angstrom units. 3000 angstrom units. So here this photon wavelength is 3000 angstrom units. Stick a metal sheet. Ikkada undi metal sheet. It's stick on the metal sheet. The work function of this metal sheet. So here the work function of this metal sheet, how much? 2.13 electron volts. 2.13 electron volts. What is the kinetic energy? What is the kinetic energy? Emitted photoelectrons. Emitted photoelectrons. So here the total number of the total electrons existed is equal to kinetic energy plus work function. Avuna? So here we observed Here K is nothing but kinetical energy. This kinetical energy is equal to h nu minus nu naught. H nu minus nu naught. So based on this, we can calculate how much intensity of radiation passed in a particular metal sheet. Your convenience, you can understand when a photon is bombarded with a metal sheet, that way of pathway, the pathway is increases, the intensity is increases. So the electrons are exist more. Okay, na? Are you understand? So this is a like of problem in asked in examination. Okay, are you understand? No, your north production has expired. Okay, so you understand this one? You can calculate based on this formula. Once you try and tell the answer. Here, the lambda is 3000 angstrom units and C is nothing but nu into lambda. Nu into lambda. Once you know the lambda value, we can calculate the nu value, which intensity radiation is expressed in this formula. You can take nu is equal to C by lambda. Nu is equal to C by lambda. What is the C value? C is nothing but velocity of light. So here 3 into 10 power 8. Here me question lo, which question is they given? Joules and electron volts ichadu kabatti you can write 3 into 10 power 8 is a meters. 3 into 10 power. Okay. So angstrom is how much? Lambda is 3000 angstrom units. We can write 3 into 10 power minus 8, 3 into 10 power 8 into 1000 centimeters, meters. It is nothing but here the lambda value is equal to 3000 into 10 power minus 10 meters. 10 power minus 8 is centimeters. You can write 10 power minus 10 meters. You can write 3 into, these are 3, 10 power 3 and 10 power minus 3, how much? 10 power minus 7 meters. 10 power minus 7 meters. Again the light velocity. What is the light velocity here? 3 into 10 power 8. 3 into 10 power 8 meters by 3 into 10 power minus 7 meters. Okay. 3 get cancel. What is the value? 10 power minus 5 పైకి వెళ్తే ఏమొస్తుందమ్మా? 10 power 8 plus 7 means 10 power 15 10 power 15. It is nothing but H's లో చేసుకుంటే 10 power 15 H's. 10 power 15 H's. We substitute all these values in this formula. H is a Planck constant. So the kinetical energy is equal to H nu minus nu naught. H nu minus nu naught. Okay. So we can get that answer. Okay na? Next one. So here Explain the Bohr theory. In this Bohr theory, what you are Bohr atomic theory mundu meeku em cheptuna Balmer series. So at infinity spectrum to n is equal to 1 we called as Lyman series. Next one is n is equal to 2 we called as Balmer series. N is equal to 3 we called as Paschen series. Okay amma, correct answer. Okay, next one is bracket series. Next one is bracket Fund and Humphrey series. Humphrey series. Okay, very good amma. C answer is the correct answer. Okay, so here we can identify what is the question given in the examination. All the data right in one side. Choose a correct options which is related to the formula. Okay na? Next one is bracket series. So in examination they ask. So we have series. Very good amma, very good. C is the correct answer. Okay. So one side is Lyman series, Balmer series, Paschen series, bracket series, Fund series, Humphrey series. The other side they ask. Other side they ask what is the regions. Region means it is Lyman series in the ultraviolet region, Balmer series in the visible region, Paschen series infrared, and bracket series is infrared. So in this case we can exactly know what is the infrared series here. It is near infrared, it is middle infrared, it is far infrared. Far infrared. Exact ga cheppali ante. Okay na? Next one. So number of spectral lines. So here number of, very good amma, C is the correct answer. Okay, number of spectral lines when electron jumps from the nth level. So for example, it is starts from n is equal to 4th level anukunnam anukondi. N is equal to 4th level ante how many lines you get? 1. N is equal to from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can observe n into n minus 1 by 2. That is equal to 4 into 4 minus 1 by 2. 2 to the 2 into 3. We get 6 spectral lines. So number of spectral lines when electron jumps from nth level. So this is also very important. This is also very important. N into n minus 1 by 2. Okay. Next one is Bohr atomic model. Cheskoni ఏవి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాడు ఏవి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయలేదు అంటే in Bohr atomic model. So this is the positive is nothing but nucleus. The pathway of electrons moves around from the nucleus with a fixed radius, fixed radius and fixed energy. Fixed radius and fixed energy. There is no change in the energy with the time. There is no change in the energy with time. Why? Because if rotate like the continuously, there is no stopping for that electron. So initially this fixed radius at fixed energy levels. So always at a particular time there is no change. For example, in our running race competition, up to 10 minutes we can run fast. After 10 minutes, little bit slow. But here the electron is always rotate a fixed radius and a fixed energy. So that type of, again, move with the angular momentum. What is the angular momentum formula here? NH by 2 pi. So here one rotation is nothing but how much? 360 degrees rotation. So here the angular momentum is how many radius, how many shells is there? First shell, second shell, like this. N into H by 2 pi. N into H by 2 pi. That is the fixed angular momentum of an electron in a orbital. In a orbit. Okay. Next one. So these shells we called as n is equal to 1, 2, 3 like that. We can write KLMN. KLMN. So based on this they ask one question. What is the question they ask here? So they give one atomic number. What is the atomic number? For example, I take the atomic number is 19. So we can write the electronic configuration based on the Euler diagram. What is the Euler diagram? It is 1s, 2s and 2p, 3s, 3p like that and 3d. So we can fill the electrons one by one. It is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. So 18 is completed or not? They go for 4s orbital. So 4 is nothing but, the first shell is nothing but k. It is 1s. We have 2 electrons only. Whereas second shell it is nothing but L. 2 plus 6, 8 electrons. Whereas third shell 3s and 3p, it is also 8 electrons. When nth shell, they have one more electron in the nth shell. So, in examination, they ask, what is the set of electrons? What are the set of electrons present in K, L, M and respectively in the given configuration? Respectively in the given configuration. So, here we observe how many electrons are filled here. 2, 8, 8, 1 respective of K, L, M and N. Okay, are you clear? The next one is the angular momentum of electron in any orbital. The angular momentum of electron in any orbital, we can find out root over L into L plus 1 H by 2 pi. What is the L value here, madam? L is nothing but, we have S orbital, P orbital and D orbital and F orbital. We have 4 quantum numbers. In 10th class level, you can already discuss. Again, I will tell you what is the 4 quantum numbers here. The N is the principal quantum number. The N is the principal quantum number, will tell about the number of shells. The number of shell is nothing but number of orbit. First orbit N1, second orbit N2, third orbit N3, fourth orbit N4. So here this is called as principal quantum number, where the electron is rotate based on the atomic number. Okay. Next one is azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number is what? So they give the sign of the particular orbital. What is the electron present in an orbital? For example, here the electron present in first shell, it is s orbital only. Okay, that's the electron present in the second shell. We have 2 orbitals is there, s and p. Okay, so here the s orbital is starts in the first shell. The L value is depend upon n. The L value is depend upon n. What is the L value here, madam? N minus 1. The L value is n minus 1. We can observe here the S orbital start in the first shell only. First shell matrame. S orbital start in first shell only. So 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 means L value is equal to 0 for S orbital. Whereas starting for the P orbital, where the P orbital is started? P orbital started in a second shell. Okay. So second shell start ayindi kabatti, we can write n minus 1 formula. You can write 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1. L value of P orbital is 1. L value of P orbital is 1. What about D orbital? D orbital starts in the third shell. D orbital start in the third shell. We can write n value is equal to n minus 1 is equal to 3 minus 1, that is equal to 2. So the D orbital L value is 2. Again F orbital. In the F orbital, it starts in 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. 4f. That means the F orbital starts in the fourth shell. F orbital starts in the fourth shell. So we can write the formula is n minus 1. The formula is n minus 1. 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So this is a representation of L values. Okay. S orbital is 0. For B orbital L value is 1. Where D orbital L value is equal to 2. And F orbital L value is equal to 3. So based on this, we can substitute this formula. Okay. For angular momentum of an electron in any orbital, if it is s orbital or p orbital or d orbital or f orbital. You can write this answer. For s orbital, it is 0 into 0 plus 1. 0 into 0 plus 1. The angular momentum of electron in s orbital is 0. Whereas L is equal to 1 means for p orbital, root over 1 into 1 plus 2 means root over 2. Root 2 by h by 2 pi. It is nothing but for p orbital. What about d orbital? D orbital L value is equal to 3. Root over 3 into 3 plus 1 h by 2 pi. So this is the angular momentum of electron in any orbital, s orbital, p orbital and d orbital. So it is depend upon only L value. L value ante entama? It is only, the L value is only change for S and P and D, because this S orbital present in all shells. P orbital present in second shell, second orbital onwards. D orbital present in third shell onwards. Okay, but only the difference is the L values only. The S orbital L value is 0 and P orbital L value is 1. D orbital L value is equal to 2, F orbital L value is equal to 3. That's why this angular momentum of electron is depends up only in the L value. In examination they ask, what is the question? In the following, which quantum number will change the angular momentum of electron or depend upon the angular momentum of electron? Adigite principal quantum number kaadu, magnetic momentum number kaadu, spin quantum number kaadu. Which quantum number, my dear students? It is azimuthal quantum number. The azimuthal quantum number is nothing but L value. Okay. So again the electron is jumps from one level to another level. The electron is jumps from one level to another level. We called as electron transfer. We called as electron transfer from one level to another level. So here we observed it is energy level 1 and energy level 2. It is nothing but absorption takes place. The electron is moved from low energy to higher energy. It is nothing but this orbital shells always stay there only. It is called as stationary states. Stationary ante entamma? Stationary means it is, for example, in your classroom, benches is always there. Only you are the electrons coming and going, coming and going. So here also these energy levels we called as stationary states. These energy levels are called as stationary states. So from lower stationary to higher stationary states, the electron is absorbed. Again, from higher energy level, until nothing but higher stationary state to lower stationary state, electron is emitted. Electron is emitted. Electron is emitted. So this is called as absorption and emission. Absorption radiations, we giving energy. Why? Because we move, the electron is moved from low level to high level. Low level to high level. So we need given energy. It is nothing but in absorption case, the required energy. In absorption case, the required energy. So here we can give the energy only. For example, you observed in the flame test. In the second year, we observed in the practical examinations, we give a flame test. How the flame test is taken? You take a substance mixed with a concentration HCl and expose it to flame. Take a candle or any Bunsen burner. You give the heat energy to the particular sample. This electron is moved from low energy to higher energy. Low energy to higher energy. So this is called as electron transition. What is called here? Electron transition. So in this electron transition, how much energy difference takes place is equal to h nu. Again, nu is equal to c by lambda. This lambda is equal to the visible region. Ante then manam VIBGYOR antam kada. So ee VIBGYOR color lo a wavelength ki match aithe, that color is observed in the flame test. That color is observed in our flame test. So just we exposed a sample with concentration HCl. Why you use only concentration HCl, madam? Ante the concentration HCl has volatile nature. So remaining concentration sulfuric acid తీసుకోండి లేక nitric acid తీసుకోండి, they don't have volatile nature. Again this HCl has a capability to form salts easily. For example, I take calcium salt. If you add concentration HCl, it forms as calcium chloride. It's formed as calcium chloride and it is easily exposed to flame and give a brick color. Manaki ituka erupu untundi kada, it is called as brick color. The flame gives brick color. So this brick color indicate that our salt containing calcium. Our salt containing calcium. For example, you take inka remaining any salts, or I will take the barium salt. So again concentration HCl I will add. It form as barium chloride and exposed to flame. We observe apple green. We observe the flame is apple green. The flame here we observe apple green. So apple green means the flame is exposed apple green. So apple green is nothing but the salt containing barium plus 2. The salt containing barium plus 2. So this is the indication of where ions are qualitative analysis. We call that qualitative. Quantitative and qualitative untai. So quantitative analysis, qualitative analysis తీసుకుంటే గనక ఈ రకంగా మీరు చెప్పచ్చు. ఓకేనా? Next one is velocity. What about velocity here? The energy మీకు చేంజ్ వస్తుంది కాబట్టి ఎనర్జీ బేస్ చేసుకొని చెప్తాను. Okay? So here we observed. So we know the formulas of here, the energy formula and velocity formula and radius formula. These three are very, very important. So what is the formulas here? First you write the formulas. Okay. So energy and velocity and radius. Vn, En. So what is the energy formula here? In examination, most of the examination they ask, the energy formula is minus 13.6 Z square by minus 13.6 Z square by N square electron volts. Z square by N square electron volts. So again this electron volts is converted into joules. Electron volts are converted into joules. In examination they don't give the electron volts. Hi Amma. So electron volts they ask the exams in the joules lo adigaru anukondi. Again we can write the joules here. 1.602 into 10 power 1.602. 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 joules. So we can multiply the above value with 1.602 into 10 power minus joules. It is nothing but 1 electron volt. 1 electron volt. We convert the question in the examination. They ask if they convert the question they given in joules, but the question in electron volts, we can find out this one. Okay. So here based on this we can calculate one question. Okay. So here the second orbit of hydrogen atom, what is the value here? They given minus 5.45 into 10 power 19 joules. 10 power 19 joules. What is the energy of first orbit of lithium ion? First orbit of lithium ion. What is the atomic number of lithium, my dear students? What is the atomic number of lithium? The lithium atomic number is 3. The lithium atomic number is 3. If it is plus 2 ion or plus 3 ion or plus 1, it does not change the atomic number. You remember this. Okay. So the atomic number is Z is equal to 3. What is the energy formula, my dear students? En is equal to, ippude cheptunnam kada, En is equal to minus 13.6 Z square by N square electron volts. Z square by N square electron volts. So here we can write, what is the Z value here? 3. What is the N value here? N value means, so here, and lithium plus 2. Lithium plus 2 means, so here we observe lithium atomic number is 3, 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 1s2, 2s, 1. 1s, 2s, 1. But it is lithium plus 2 in state. Lithium plus 2 ion means if it is 1s, loss of 1 electron from s orbital, another more electron. It is nothing but 1s1. So here N value is equal to 1. That is the difference. Z value does not change, only change in the electron present in which shell. The electron present in which shell. So here, this is the first shell you can ask. The second orbital of hydrogen atom. Again they ask, what is the first ionization energy? The E1 is equal to minus 13.6. Z value antama 3 kada? 3 square by 1 square electron volts. 3 square by 1 square electron volts. What is the value here we get? 1 minus 13.6 into 3 square means how much? 9. 9 6 ja how much? 9 6 ja. It is 63. 3 and 6. Sorry, 54. 9 means 54. 4 and 2. 9 3s are 27 plus 2 how much? 27 plus 2. 29. Not 2, it is 5 I think. If it is 54, 4, 5, 9, 5, 9 3s are 27 plus 5, it is 32. 2 and we can write 3. 9 ones are 9, 9 plus 3, 12. So we can write the point after one digit, 120.4. 120.4. So we can write that 1. So 122.4 electron volts. So what is the value I told here? It is given in expression of joules. So what is the value of 1 electron volts is equal to 1 electron volts is equal to 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 joules. So we can multiply with 122.4 into 16. Nearest 16 అనేది తీసేసుకోండి. So 120.4 into 1.6. 1.6. So you can write 16 4 the point తీసేసుకొని 16 4 how much? 16 4 ja. So last one is 12. 16. Nearest value of either 19 or 18. So it is 1 digits కటువైపు వెళ్తే ఏమొస్తుందమ్మా? We get 18 or 17. You can decide the answer based on the formula. Decide the answer based on the calculation. Okay Nama? So this is the method which is applied based on the question. It is a energy formula. Energy formula is what? En is equal to minus 13.6 Z square by N square electron volts. Okay? So here, limitations of Bohr theory. If they ask in the final exams, in the IP exams, they ask for the 2 marks question or 4 marks question. But in the competitive exams, in which one is correct statement according to the Bohr's atomic model, or which is one is a wrong statement and adite, we can know these statements. First one is fail to explain line spectrum of multi-electron atoms. So here the Bohr explain only for the hydrogen atom. It does not explain the remaining multi-electrons atoms. Next, it could not explain the Zeeman effect. G1 effect and these two are asked in the 2 marks questions. What is G1 effect? Means the electron split in presence of the spectral lines in the presence of magnetic field. The splitting of electrons in presence of magnetic field. The spectrum is given. The splitting of spectral lines in presence of magnetic field. We called as G1 effect. G1 effect ante enti? We indicate by magnetic field. Then manam B to indicate chestam. Meeku physics lo kuda vastundi. B is nothing but magnetic field in presence of the splitting of spectral lines. The splitting of spectral lines in presence of magnetic field we called as G1 effect. Again one is Stark effect. This is also asked in 2 marks question. So in the 2 marks questions తీసుకుంటే ganaka, so which one is same? The splitting of spectral lines in presence of electrical field. In presence of electrical field we called as Stark effect. Stark effect. Electrical field మనం దేంతో ఇండికేట్ చేస్తాము? ఈతో కానీ లేక ఐతో కానీ ఇండికేట్ చేస్తాం. అంటే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడానికి. ఓకే, సో ఇన్ presence of the splitting of spectral lines in presence of electrical field we called as Stark effect. The splitting of spectral lines in presence of magnetic field we called as G1 effect. So both G1 effect and magnetic effect, these two are does not explained by this Bohr's theory. Okay na? Next, it against for the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. It against that Heisenberg uncertainty principle. What is Heisenberg uncertainty principle means? At a time it does not find out the moment and position. Here uncertainty in position and uncertainty in momentum. So at a time it does not identify what is the position of electron and what is the momentum of electron. So that is called as Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So they ask in the examination which following is correct for Heisenberg uncertainty principle based on the formula, or in IP questions they ask the definition. 2 marks. What is the definition here? It is impossible to measure. It is impossible to measure position and momentum. Position and momentum of a microscope or a subatomic particles simultaneously and accurately. So exact ఒక ఎలక్ట్రాన్ యొక్క మొమెంటమ్ని అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం అది ఉన్న పొజిషన్ని మనం ఐడెంటిఫై చేయలేము. వై? బికాస్ దీస్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ రొటేట్ with a fixed radius and fixed velocity. So it does not identify at a time the position and momentum. So it is impossible. So that statement is called as Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Okay, so the delta x is here what? Uncertainty in the position, and delta p is uncertainty in momentum. It is not applicable for the large bodies. And it is only for hydrogen body, like a helium వాటికి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసే తప్ప లార్జ్ బాడీస్కి ఇది ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయలేకపోయింది. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద డ్రాబ్యాక్స్ ఆర్ లిమిటేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ బోర్స్ థియరీ అని చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. ఓకేనా? నెక్స్ట్ క్వాంటమ్ ఆఫ్ వేవ్ మెకానిక్స్ మోడల్ ఆఫ్ ష్రోడింగర్ వేవ్ ఈక్వేషన్. అక్కడ ఏం చెప్తున్నాము? దిస్ సో హియర్ x, y, z, these three are the parameters which are three-dimensional pictures anta. So this electron probability, so this electron is takes place at any directions, x and y, z directions. So these are the possibility or probability. Okay, so here the wave mechanics in x direction and y direction and z direction we called as Schrodinger wave equation. Schrodinger wave equation ఎలా చెప్తామా? డో స్క్వేర్ సై బై డో ఎక్స్ స్క్వేర్ డో స్క్వేర్ వై బై డో ఎక్స్. సో ఈ రకంగా మీకు డో అనే వర్డ్ అక్కడ ఏం ఉపయోగిస్తామంటే ఇట్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ పార్షియల్లీ డెరివేషన్ కింద చెప్తాం. పార్షియల్లీ డెరివేషన్ డో ఎక్స్ స్క్వేర్ బై డో సై స్క్వేర్ బై డో ఎక్స్ స్క్వేర్. పార్షియల్లీ డెరివేషన్ డో స్క్వేర్ సై బై డో ఎక్స్ స్క్వేర్. నెక్స్ట్ డో స్క్వేర్ సై బై dou y square and dou square y by dou square psi by dou z square. So here the electron has some potential energy as well as the momentum, we get the kinetical energy. So here the energy of the electron particular probability కింద చెప్పొచ్చు మనం. The quantum mechanics was developed in the and Werner, Heisenberg and Schrödinger give a equation. So the solution of Schrödinger equation we called as psi. Energy and gives energy and psi. Psi is nothing but wave function. It is called as wave function. Wave function. So when Schrödinger equation is solved for hydrogen atom, the solution give the possible energy levels of electrons can occupied corresponding for wave function psi. So only for hydrogen atoms మాత్రమే ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసింది. సో మల్టీ వాటికి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయలేకపోయింది. సో అసోసియేటెడ్ విత్ ఈచ్ అదర్ ఎనర్జీ లెవెల్స్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ ప్రాబబిలిటీ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్. ప్రాబబిలిటీ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ అంటే ఏంటి అంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సై ఈజ్ అ వేవ్ ఫంక్షన్ అని చెప్పానా, అప్పుడు సై స్క్వేర్ ఏమవుతుందమ్మా, సై స్క్వేర్ ఈజ్ ద ప్రాబబిలిటీ డెన్సిటీ. ఇట్ ఈస్ probability density of an electron has a physical significance. So this electron may be at present in s orbital or p orbital or d orbital. So based on this, they given one question like this, we can identify what is the wave function and we can identify that one. Okay, so this one. So here they give a graph between 4 types of graphs here, which is radial distribution. So how the electrons are moved throughout the nucleus with a fixed radius, and what is the wave function, and psi square is nothing but wave probability అని చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. సో ఇక్కడ they take a graph between r square psi square a naught. So here we observe this type of graph, and next graph is takes between r square psi square a naught. We can get this type of points. So here we observe next one is r square psi square. This one, it is L is equal to 2. Next one is r square psi square by a naught. The graph is like this. So they give 4 graphs according to the radius as well as probability wave function. We already know the L values for different orbitals. So L value is 0 is nothing but which orbital, my dear students? S orbital, where L is equal to 1, p orbital, where L is equal to 2, we called as d orbital. So this is the graph which is represent the electron probability. అంటే electron ఎక్కడ ఉండడానికి possibility ఉంది, it's present in d orbital. So the maximum possibility is more in the particular d orbital. So here which probability is more, which graph is represents more probability or more parabola, మీ భాషలో చెప్పాలంటే more parabola, that is the answer. This one is the answer, represents more parabola structure, is nothing but possibility. Okay, are you understand? Next, so here we observed which one of the following set of quantum numbers is not possible for 4p. Not possible for 4p. In the 4p is nothing but, the 4 is nothing but principal quantum number 4, whereas L value for s orbital, L value is 0. For p orbital, L value is equal to 1. So we can write 1. What about m value? It is depend upon the L value. It is plus or minus L. So they have a possibility of 3. What is this? Plus or minus 1 means plus 1, 0, minus 1. Plus 1, 0, minus 1. Like our px, p py and pz. What about s value? So if it is x electron, for s electron e cheppadu kabatti, if it is either clockwise, it possibility of +1, or if it is anti-clockwise, it possibility of -1. But there is no another factors which are present in a particular question. So in this question, the L value is, N value is equal to 4, L value is 1, and M value is -1, M is equal to +1. So here, which one is not possible anadu? So it is possible. The next one is N is equal to 4, where L is equal to 0. M value same avutayama, +1, 0, -1. So 0 also possible. So this is also possible. Next one is N is equal to 4, L is equal to 1, M is equal to -1. So this is also possible. Which is not possible? M is equal to 2. It does not possible. So once you write that values here, we can identify which one set of our 4 quantum numbers is possible or not possible. Okay na? Are you clear? Next one. So again, isoelectronic species. What is called as isoelectronic species means the number of valency electrons and kakunda, the number of electrons present in a particular species are equal. For example, I take CO, NO, NO plus and Cn minus. So here we observed, we know the atomic number only, we can give this answer. Okay, what is the atomic number of carbon, my dear students? 6. Oxygen, 8. So total how much? 14 electrons. Whereas isoelectronic species, we call as isoelectronic species. So here we observed O minus 2, F minus, Na plus, Mg plus. So here we observed oxygen atomic number is 8. Minus 2 means addition of 2 electrons. It becomes 10 electrons. F minus means fluoride has 9 atomic number, and F minus means addition of 1 electron. It is also 10 electrons. So again, sodium atomic number 11. Plus means removal of 1 electron. It is also 10. What about magnesium? Magnesium atomic number is 12. Plus 2 means loss of 2 electrons. It is also 10. So 10, 10, 10, 10. That means all are same number of electrons. So this species is called as isoelectronic species. Okay. Next one is, we have these 3 questions are important. Formulas. Number of shell cells in the nth shell. Number of subshells in nth shell, and number of subshells, number of orbitals in the subshell, number of orbitals in subshell. For example, L value 1 anukunnan anukondi. Appudu em vastundi? 2 into 1 plus 1, that is equal to 3. So L value 1 deniki vastundamma? P orbital. So in the P orbital we have 3 subshells. What is the 3 subshells? 3 subshells is, madam, class 10th cheptara. So we have a foundation course also, amma. So we download the PIT app or PIT channel in YouTube. You get the foundation course also. You contact with the PIT classes. We search in Google, we get the contact number also. 10th class also, online, offline, both are is available. Okay na? For all subjects. Next, maximum number of electrons in subshell. It is nothing but 2 into 2L plus 1. 2 into 2L plus 1. So here we observed how many electrons is there. So here they have 3. We get 2L plus 1. How much we get? 3. 3 into 2 means how many electrons? 3 into 2 means 6 electrons. So in the p orbital we have px, py, pz, 1 electron filled. Again they are paired. So this is called as Hund's rule. Okay na? Hund's rule. Okay ma'am, YouTube lo untaya. Yes, we have a classes. Once you search, okay. Next, rules and principles in the foundation classes only we observe. So only PIT YouTube channel is different. If you subscribe the PIT classes YouTube, again we get that in the bottom we get PIT foundation channel also. You subscribe that one, you get the 10th class portion also. Okay, sir start chestarama. Okay na? Okay. Next class is 10th class. Okay na? 10th class మీకు కావాల్సిన సబ్జెక్ట్ మీరు మీ లోకేష్ సార్తో వినొచ్చు. ఓకేనా మై డియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్? So here maximum number of electrons in the nth shell. So maximum electrons ఎన్ని ఉంటాయమ్మా? 2 into n square. 2 into n square. Okay na? So again above principle. Above principle అంటే ఏంటి? How many electrons are filled in the energy levels? For example, our Moeller diagram 1s2, 2s2, 2p like. Okay, Rushita. So Lokesh sir next class తీసుకుంటారమ్మా 10th class foundation ది. You can see that one. Okay. So n plus 1, it is nothing but above principle ఏం చెప్తున్నాం? Here we arrange the Moeller diagram in increasing order energy levels. The first S is the lowest energy, next 2s, 2p. So we increasing the energy levels based on the n plus l value. N plus n value. If n plus l is same for any two orbitals, for example, I take 3s, 4s and 5s, 4p and 5s. For example, I take 4p and 5s. So in this case, we observe 4 plus 1, 5 plus 0. So which n value is least? 4p is least. So that's why the 4p is first filled, later the 5s is filled. Later the 5s is filled. Okay now my dear students? Are you understand? So here we observe, we have some rules. So according to the electron is filling, one scientists are discovered and give the naming of the particular above principle means the above scientist is discovered. So all the electrons are filled in n plus l order only. If n plus l is same number, okay, so the n value is least, which is the ground state. So first the n value is filled from the 4p and later we go for 5s. Next one is Hund's rule. Already I told you, one electron is filled in the particular subshells, whereas p orbital, px, py, pz, again one electron is filled, later that they are pairing. Later that they are pairing. So here we observed in the p orbital, one electron is filled, they are pairing is started. For example, in d orbital, we have 5 d orbitals. So again these electrons are filled one by one, again they are pairing. So it is next Pauli expansion principle means ఇంతకు ముందు చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా principal quantum numbers n, l, m and s. So the last electron, for example in s orbital we have 2 electrons, plus is the off and the anti-clockwise spin is minus off. So here we observe for ns electrons, ns electron n, l, m may be same, but the s values does not match with the 2 electrons. అదే ఇక్కడ చెప్తున్నాం. No 2 electrons of same atom have all 4 quantum numbers values are identical. That is called as Pauli expansion principle. So exactly off-filled and fulfilled orbitals more stable than nearby these elements. For example, I take nitrogen, oxygen and carbon. So the nitrogen configuration is more stable compared with the oxygen and carbon. Okay na? So this is a brief idea about atomic structure and we discuss the PYQs also. Next class we teach in the another topic. All the best my dear students.